Hey there, folks, and welcome to You Gotta Throw Up to Get Down, Seattle's hit comedy and local theater podcast. This is one of your hosts, local comedian Greg Kleciak. I'm here with my co-host Ponch, and we got a special treat for the first episode. Former President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Mr. Kleciak?
Let me be clear. Greg Kleciak is the
I don't appreciate you trying to imitate my voice. What I'm trying to...
I'm sorry,
that was terrible. That wasn't Obama. That was Michelle, guys. She came in, she left, tried to imitate her husband.
Yeah, that wasn't an impression. That was the actual Barack Obama. He left before I could ask him who his guys were.
His guys? What do you mean?
Oh, that was, you know the
G-U-I-S-E?
Oh, you know the Mark Maron podcast?
Yeah. What the fuck? Mark Maron?
Yeah. He famously had Obama on, and I know, I never really listened to the show, but the stereotype about Mark Maron is like, hey, who you guys? So who you guys? And that's what I've heard. Like, that is like...
He doesn't video his either, right? His are all audio?
I don't think so. Because my
point is, he could have lied about having Barack Obama, and he could have just been Mark Maron just being like...
That actually... You know? That would have absolutely ruled.
Hey guys, what the fuck? I'm here with... Well, he's more of a deeper voice.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I do it bad. I don't know what he... When I did my Mark Maron impression, I don't know what he sounds like.
I mean, you gotta get to the core of who is Mark Maron. He's a Jewish man, older, liberal,
very curmudgeonly, right?
Very cynical, very... I feel like there's a lot of like... There's a lot of stuff that he hides really well.
Like his...
I feel like he has a lot of stuff, like a lot of mom issues. Like
I thought he kind of wears his heart on his sleeve, because a lot of the time...
That's what he wants you to think.
Because a lot of the time he's like, do you hate stamps? I hate stamps. You should go to stamps.com.
Oh, speaking of which, yeah, stamps.com. You know, when you can't get to the post office. I mean, who uses stamps anymore?
Yes,
just go to stamps.com. I think that's another thing, too, you should do. People shouldn't, like, say, brought to you by. They should just be like, yo, stamps.com.
Yeah, that...
And then people will be like, whatever.
Actually, I would be more inclined.
Right?
I think, do you remember there was a McDonald's had those billboards where it was this, like, guy that looked like Justin Guarini. He's just, like, a white guy with a blonde afro, and it goes, like, $1 McChicken sandwich. I'd hit that. And apparently no executive knew that means you to fuck something. So the implication is just California surfer bro is going to fuck the chicken sandwich. Which, honestly, when you pay the $1 for the sandwich, you own it, right? Like,
sure.
You can do whatever you want.
But, bro, you wish $1 for a chicken sandwich at McDonald's?
I mean, this was like 1997 or something. This was...
I feel like everything was blissful in 1997. Bill Clinton was in office. Racism wasn't a thing.
It just didn't exist because they were putting them all in jail.
That's racist to say that racism didn't exist in the 90s. I'm sure it did. I mean, Rodney King was in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
I remember the LA riots.
Of course, there's been racism since, like,
Shout out to LA riots. Just kidding.
Shout out to my man Rodney.
Also, I don't remember the LA riots.
Do you know?
I was in LA and alive at the time.
Do you know what Rodney King sounds like?
Yeah, like this.
Hey everybody, you shouldn't beat black people just because they black.
That's more like Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Hello, I'm Meatwad.
Hey everybody, this is Rodney King.
This is
Rodney King. We will push them from the mountain and we will climb the hilltop.
Yeah, no.
And then we'll go see Carl.
See, we're getting racist again.
Yeah, we jumped right back.
Right back immediately to the racism.
You're like old.
Doing bad impressions of Rodney King.
We jumped right back.
You know, I've always wanted to do like some like.
Not 4 minutes in, we jumped right back into.
I've always thought it'd be funny to be like an announcer for like a fight or something. For like, say you're the announcer at a boxing event and you're like, this just a squeaky voice announcer. I feel like we have to like change that stigma, right? Where it's to be like, I don't know, like introducing the thunder from down under, and just some like really high voiced guy was like, what the fuck? I think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, let's get it on.
That's Mills Lane.
That's yeah.
You have to come up with what would be your tagline,
if I were a boxing
announcer? If you were a boxer announcer, yeah. You can't say, let's get ready to rumble. That's a thing. You can't say it's showtime. That's another one.
I might say Let Her Rip.
Okay, that's good. That was Beyblades. Remember Beyblades?
Yeah. Because you would rip the thing.
Let it rip. I think it was their thing.
Yeah, I remember.
Go ask your parents for money.
Yeah.
Let it
Dude,
rip.
I spent so much money as a kid on dumb shit like that, like Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards. I used to buy some Pokemon cards. When I was in elementary school, they had just like burst onto the scene, right? Well, at least in my elementary school. I'm sure they were popular in Japan for fucking many years. And there was a dude who had a Charizard, holographic Charizard. And I had a Cocoon or whatever its name, the Cocoon one. One of the things that it did was like poison. I remember I told the kid, I was like, all right, let's play. And I was just so you know, if you poison somebody, like you can't, there's no move you can do. Like in poison, you're like paralyzed, whatever. Like you automatically lose. Just to be clear. And I set it up, and he was like, yeah, okay, cool. But and you flip a coin, so you go first, right? Yeah. And it was like pretty much if I don't go first, I'm dead. Yeah. So I was like, I win the coin toss. And I'm like, boom, poison, bro, you're poison, you're dead. And he's like, no. And I remember he was like, kind of being a little hesitant because we played for cards, and I was like, "Bro, you gotta give me your card." I'm like, "Look, I don't even want that Charizard, but you're gonna welch on a bet." Like,
but the rules, listen, like, I don't even want it.
You know what you're gonna do? It's like I'm sorry, man, but like you're gonna like disrupt the course of nature at this school. Like I don't even want Charizard. I hate Charizard. And sure enough, I fucking
you con this poor child.
Con this poor kid. He was actually older than me too.
Wow, what a dumbass.
He was a dumbass.
Actually, he deserved it, maybe.
He was just like a kid who had more money than me at the time, where he happened to get a Charizard, and I was like, "Yeah, you want to battle?"
I was gonna say you get those cards at rare, so more money.
And you know what I did? I actually wound up trading that Charizard for a Blastoise, which was a bad move, I think.
Terrible move,
right? That was a bad move.
Charizard's a way better card because you get the double energy and it converts the energy.
Well, it's not even about like practicality of like fighting, but like
it was worth more money. I had I used to like bring cans in for 5 cents because you could do that in Massachusetts, and I would save up all the change and just buy
some fucking
tons of
Yu-Gi-Oh
packs
cards.
of Pokemon.
Remember Yu-Gi-Oh? Did you ever collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards? You never collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
I was Pokemon and Magic, the cool kids games.
For me, it was Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon.
It's Magic blows.
Did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
I've seen a couple of them because I remember how the kid's hair looks. I've seen
Japanese anime.
On porn websites I've seen is like picture and some hentai thumbnails.
Some hentai thumbnails. Shout out to that guy at Intamin. Yeah, I wish I knew his name.
Yeah, that was man. This is for the listeners. This is the local theater part of the podcast. We're seeing a show, and there was a kid and he was telling the story about how take this from me before because I'm fucking up the stairs. But yeah, so he's doing this show and he's talking about how he doesn't want this girl to know he likes anime. Then the last time he says it, just blurts out by accident, "She can't know I like hentai." Just an auditorium full of people because it's a one-person show. It's like personal shit. But I think he intended to. I think when he wrote it in his head,
he was trying to say anime.
Well, I think when he wrote it in his head, he's like, "I'm going to say hentai," but he whisked out at the last minute, which I would do because I can't put anything that personal in the show.
But then, I wished out on jerking off. I should have jerked off.
Oh yeah, speaking. Because you did your solo show. You did your solo show recently, and it was basically about you jerking off. Or it was about you procrastinating via jerking.
It's about me procrastinating and being delusional.
Well, so it was about you procrastinating and doing drugs. Yeah, do not snort that weed. Is that weed?
No, it's ash.
Oh, yeah, definitely don't snort that. But my point is, so recently Ponch and I both did one-person shows at the theater at 18th and Union.
Shout out 18th and Union. Am I doing too many shout-outs?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, keep doing the shout-outs. It's fun.
How about instead of doing shout-outs, we do whisper in 18th and Union.
Holla, holla. Go check out shows there. But, God, now I lost my train of thought.
My train of thought.
We did. Oh, no, now I remember. We did shows there, and your show was about procrastinating and jerking off and doing drugs.
Yeah.
And when the critic reviewed it, your critic reviewed both of our shows, he said the problem with mine was it wasn't like personal or deep enough.
What was yours about?
It was the one
about the dude disguised as another dude. No, it was
It was a spy thriller. No, it was about the guy who gets famous.
famous.
It was about he gets famous on YouTube and then it destroys his life. Which, granted, not personal, but to say, listen, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like none of the shows were deep. I mean, okay, I'm gonna pull back because we can't start bad mouthing. And actually, to be fair, all the other shows.
I didn't see any of the other shows. I saw yours and I saw Kenju's.
Yeah, I saw yours in Chris.
And I will honestly say, out of all the shows that I saw, they were all shows.
The best review you could give. They're all shows.
No, but seriously, I think 18th and Union definitely put on some shows.
Yeah, they definitely had some theater going on there at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll probably never
but for real, it was definitely a gathering of people.
Yeah, there were definitely people in the seats of the theater.
Yeah, I agree.
But also,
cool. But you don't really see a lot of, usually, when you do see people in a space, it's for, something other than theater. But, 18th and Union, props to them. They put people in a space.
Yeah, how did,
took it too far.
I mean, how'd you feel, overall, how'd you feel about your last one-person show?
About my last one-person show, I thought, I think I'm okay with it. I feel like for what it was, for the amount of time it took me, and I know I say it didn't take me that long, because I've been working on it forever, right? And it's I've been fucking doodling bullshit and keeping shit and, excuse me, that was a silent burp, and deleting shit and adding shit, for a long time, right? And I've always had this idea for a show like this, so I feel like that's what that was. It was the first attempt of that, where I feel like the actual, words on paper shit, the actual, schematics, what would you call that? The actual...
The script?
The script? No, but, what's the script? When you get down to the,
the, skeleton... Well, some people would call it, the skeleton, the basic, I know what you mean, though, 5-act story structure.
No. When it came down to actually, giving somebody a tangible thing that was a play, I feel like that took me a little bit of time, is my point.
Well, of course. To produce a play whole cloth, to write it and then all that other...
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm okay. I think I'm happy with my show. I think now that I think about it, I feel like that show, I'm just trying to think of things to say, but I don't really have anything to say.
Well, I mean, for your next show, do you think you'll expand on...
I don't think so. I think on you. The theme of this was... I don't even know. I think it was because the dude kills himself at the end. I feel like it was a lot of we put a bunch of pressure on ourselves for shit, and
I guess to give the viewer context, it's about Ponch wanting to perform but procrastinating a bunch, finally performing, and then
I don't know. It was kind of about depression and I don't self-worth and pressure that I don't know. It's a bunch of different shit. It's hard to explain now that I'm not performing it. I could come up with some bullshit, but that's all it's going to be is bullshit. It was about love and how if you don't have self-love, you're going to kill yourself.
Well, now you sound like the guy critiquing the plays. Which again, because he's he said mine lacked a kind of personal touch or whatever. I don't think that's, but
mine was personal.
Actually, to be fair, I made fun of yours for just being about a guy procrastinating and jerking off. But the way you explained it, and now that I think back on it, it actually
that's what it was.
I know. I mean, that's what it was. But it had some deeper themes. Mine was literally just you famous shallow. That was the easiest shit. And to be fair, I didn't realize when people wanted one-person shows, they actually wanted something deep and meaningful. I thought
that's just basically not necessarily that they want something deep and meaningful.
No, that's exactly what the critic said. He said there was nothing personal about mine.
People want
Kenji was great. Yours was great. Chris's was great. I didn't really read the reviews of the others because I don't really know them.
I guess they were all personal. But I don't know. I just think a lot of the times it's not about being personal. I think personal.
No, mine was just trying to be funny.
But that was I think a lot of times
the opposite of this podcast.
We definitely took a turn. I feel weird. I feel like I'm blabbering about my show. I feel like I'm doing that thing where you gotta so tell me about your movie or your show, and you're just it's truly about just this is a society.
Well, it's trying to.
And it's just you're just grasping at straws, trying to be too deep. When it was just it was just about some.
But don't be deep. It's just there's a kind of because It's a local theater and comedy podcast. Only because those are the only things I guess I know.
Is that really what it is? All right, speaking of local
Well,
theater.
it's not really. I mean, it's supposed to be a comedy podcast, but I figured we'd talk about theater because we actually
Speaking of local theater.
see a lot of theater.
I recently saw a play in Seattle. It was I won't say because I feel like that's going to, be detrimental to people. Not even who's going to listen to this besides your mom. Maybe your girlfriend and your cat.
I will make the cat listen to it.
Your mom is happy to listen to it. And
It's like the end of your play. The cat then goes in the litter box. You hear a gunshot.
Which is what I was trying to do. Right? Just kidding. No,
you should have do.
Dude, my last show, the
one you did last year.
The one I did, no. The last show I performed for 18th Union this year, I got the biggest laugh at the gunshot at the end when I killed myself.
Really?
Which that's actually what I wanted too. Where I was talking to Chris too, and I was like, he was saying he's like, what if they laugh? And I was like, hell yeah, I want them to laugh at the end because it's like funny that you're like, he killed himself. Of course he did. And you're like, no way. Oh fuck. Another thing too that I want to say, shout out to my man Riley. I think I told you about this already, but like, he was the only dude who was like, and I'm okay. I'm not like suicidal and shit or anything. Maybe it is a cry for help, and I'm asking everybody. No, just kidding. I'm not. But I feel like Riley did ask, and he was like, "Yo, you cool?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. Thanks for asking." But like, I feel like if everybody who saw that show, nobody was like, "Are you really gonna kill yourself?" Which I think kind of goes both ways. Where it's like, "Thank you guys for thinking I'm not gonna kill myself," but also. So, like,
man, now I feel bad.
I
wish I checked it, man. I feel bad now. That actually is
no, and like, and I'm not. I mean, it's not a cry for help. And that's another thing too. I feel bad because I feel like, is it really a cry for help? Am I like, you know what I mean? When you like,
I know what you mean because sometimes, like, if you're a comedian, particularly, sometimes you kind of like.
It's not a cry for help. I'm okay. I'm in a good place.
But I know what you mean about like because if you're a comedian, sometimes you kind of build up this like. Like layer of irony that's like a shell of your own emotions. Yeah. So sometimes you don't even know if you're like
exactly
because I do that shit. Yeah. Sometimes I like watch something I know I'll hate and like be like there was
yeah. I don't know.
I watched an entire documentary about Eric Trump, the Trump son that's not Donald Trump Jr. Like the shittier one,
the little
it's
kid.
The blonde. No, it's the blonde.
They all look inbred, right? Except for the little.
Oh yeah,
kid.
they all do look inbred,
right? They all look like fucking like
incredible. Great spelled Jakob
Donald Trump and Donald Trump got down.
I mean, that's like because there's all those jokes about him wanting to.
I could see that. Just Donald Trump be like, everybody knows it. My blood is the purest.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the Trump blood is the best blood. You can't mix your sperm with their non-Trump eggs.
I mean, you say that, but also like. In 50 years, we're all going to be dead, and they're just the Trump family will be in a colony on the moon while the Earth is a bird. Like,
yeah, I mean, I will say the Trump family.
I don't like them, but like they're gonna. We got like, oh man,
they definitely have a leg up.
Yeah, it's leg up on us.
Wait, what do you mean, bro? I'm pretty wealthy myself. I have like 16 more beers in the fridge.
Oh yeah, that's true. To give the listener context,
I don't even have toilet paper. I got like flushable wipes.
You gotta do true dirtbag when there's no toilet paper and you look and you're like, do I do it with a towel or do I do a sock?
Oh,
and
then you just throw dirtbag, yeah.
Well, then you throw the sock out because you're like,
I've done that. I did that at the Louvre. I tell you the story.
No,
I never told you the story.
What's
when I was in high school, I went to the Louvre. I went to France on like a high school trip with like a club that I was in high school. And we were at the Louvre, and I wonder if I should be telling this on tape, whatever. And I was at the Louvre, and I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And I went upstairs, and like when I was done,
like the famous French museum,
yeah, like the famous, like where the Mona Lisa is, and like fucking Dante's Inferno, and like all these fucking like epic ass like fucking artwork.
Yeah.
So I took a shit in the upstairs, like second floor bathrooms, and apparently I had to take a fat shit. So I get up there, I take a shit. There's no TP in the stall I'm in, and like all of the like I guess all of the like stalls are connected, like they're plumbing or something. It was weird, cause I fucking took off my sock and I like wiped my ass with like my sock, cause there's no fucking toilet paper, right? And I try to like flush the sock down the toilet, cause I was like, this is an industrial ass big toilet at the Louvre. It's gonna be cool. I try to flush it. Nope. It like comes back up, and then all of the toilets were like in sync, like overflowing. All of them in the row. There was like, this is the Louvre, dude. It's like fucking dozens of toilets. And they were starting to flood, and I flooded the floor, and I was like, holy shit. And I just like ran out, and it turns out that bathroom was actually closed. Yeah, because when I ran out, there was like a caution little cone, and it was like, yo, don't go in that bathroom. Because some asshole stuck another sock in there earlier. Yeah. And then you know what's crazy about that? Same story. After we left, we all left. And like, okay, like the Louvre event is over. It was cool. It was nice, blah, 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 blah. I hope you guys all had fun. Let's meet out front by the like whatever. So we go out front. We're leaving the Louvre. And we come outside. There's these giant like Nazi flags. Like, I'm talking about 100-foot long Nazi
huge
flags.
bears from like the History
Just
Channel.
huge flags.
Like a Glenn Beck TV
Dude,
show.
and it was, you know what they were doing? They were filming that movie Valkyrie at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. They were filming that movie Valkyrie, so we came out, and I was freaking out. I was like, did they really just call like the Nazi army on me for like ruining the bathroom? I was freaking out, dude. It was crazy. Yeah, that was my, yeah.
Some ancestor of a Nazi wanted his paintings back. They came to get him, and then he was like, he clogs the bathroom. Get the party, man.
We have another assignment here. The Louvre has hired us to kill this guy who has flooded all the toilets in the Louvre.
Oh no, he got duty water
Which
on
is-
my Rembrandt. This was my grandpa Eichmann's Rembrandt, and there's poopy dookie on it.
It's ironic because I feel like the Nazis try to like destroy the Louvre, right? Isn't that what they did when they got to France? Didn't they like destroy part of it, or they tried
That
to?
makes sense. I'm
Right?
going to be honest. I don't know.
Shout out to ignorant history.
Yeah, this is. Oh, that could be a good hook for the podcast. It's
Ignorant
the opposite
history.
of hardcore history. It's like
It's ignorant history.
yeah, we don't know anything about history, and we're going to talk about it.
So I
So
believe
George Washington,
he
huge
invented
penis.
the Delaware River, right? That was
Yeah,
it.
because when I mentioned his huge penis, he just urinated an entire
exactly.
river. Yeah,
And it became the Delaware, and so everybody knows the famous.
Yeah,
like,
and then
him
he-
crossing his own urine.
yeah,
And then-
because it's sterile, and
Yeah.
a jellyfish stung him, so he had to cross it to.
And then when he got across the other side, he discovered America, and it was like,
Yeah.
and he like became president because he discovered it.
It'd be funny because I think like I think in the original story, he crosses the Delaware because they're sneaking up on German mercenaries.
Is that what happened?
It's something like that, but it'd be funny if he did do the thing we mentioned where he pees the river and then crosses it, but then
was
the
like
German
that.
mercenaries like, no, he got pee-pee water all over my painting, no!
I'm not going to get him. I just don't want to step in the pee-pee water.
Oh no!
Let's just give America to them. They can have it.
Oh no! Yeah, they can have it, party.
I don't want no pee-pee country.
They all look like modern Germans. They're like jacked but in thongs.
They all love like fucking electro music, just fucking electronic.
Gunther.
Gunther. It's like I picture the Germans from the Big Lebowski.
Oh the nihilists.
The what are they called? They were porn stars, right? One was a porn star.
I think
He fucks Bunny. That's how he knows Bunny.
Oh yeah.
And they cut like
well, and one of them
they
is,
cut like the other girl's toe.
Yeah. Oh well, and one of them's from like the Red Hot Chili Peppers or something. I think.
Yeah,
the
it's
tall
Flea.
guy. Yeah.
It's Flea. Yeah,
Which he used to.
Flea's a big Lakers fan. As my
Because
favorite.
Flea got. If you remember, because the Chili Peppers were the ones who did the thing where they put the sock on the dog, right?
Yeah, give
Got
it away,
that.
give it away, give it away now.
Yeah, stole that from George Washington too.
Really? No,
Yeah,
George Washington.
to stop peeing, when he had to stop peeing and the river was done, he had
just
to
put a sock on there?
Well, he had to plug his penis with a sock.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
like
the
a
only.
pee hole?
Yeah,
Or he just put it over.
he took the thing they used to reload a musket and just shoved it in his pee hole with a towel and then plugged it.
Dude,
up.
he's so like innovative.
Yeah, he was, the first president. Man.
I think when he dies, it's gonna be super sad.
Oh yeah, when
for
George.
America.
Yeah,
It's gonna be just the saddest day for America.
it is cool though that like George Washington survived secretly for all those centuries and then re-ran as Donald Trump and got elected. I mean, that salute. All right, folks, that's all for this week. Tune in next week for more dumbass shit.